We continue talking about the apps that I use for home automation in my phone. Um, I left off talking about the IFT app. I have this app called Playbulb X, which is from this company MyPow, and it's also for some lights, little lamp fixtures that you can control via Bluetooth. I have one here, and these are quite nice because I was thinking of for outdoor activities, like if you want to go to your backyard, you can have these and they look like candles. So they even come with little scented sheets that you can put in, and it smells nice. And then here you turn it on, and so you have it like that. And then here with your app, you connect to it detects your candle, and then you can play with it, and you turn it off or you turn it on. Okay, turn on, and then you can adjust the intensity, and you can have different effects. You can have it to flash, you can have it different things, but the one I like has this candle effect that you can use, and they're really nice. They work nice, like I said, for I can think of this as using them in your backyard in the summer. That's why I bought them. So I really like it. It's really nice. And then a funny effect is like you can blow into them and to turn it off. So it's kind of like a nice feature. So those are the Playbulb candles, and that's the app that I'm using right here. I have the Sonos app. Here is just you can select your music, like create your playlist or select your radio stations that you like from the different music sources. TuneIn, Apple Music, Spotify, whatever it is that you use, you can select it from here, and it's your native app to control your Sonos speakers. And I don't use it much since I set it up. I just picked my radio stations, and after that I use everything through my Samsung Smart Things hub. But it's always nice to have the native app available. I have this airport utility app. I also talked about it in one of my very first videos, talking about my network stations. Um, this is where you can see how your network structure is laid out. So I have my main Airport Extreme station, which is connected to the internet through my internet provider modem, and then I have two Airport Express stations in different parts of my house. So here's where I can see how my network is laid out, and here's where I can see how many wireless clients each station is handling. It's pretty cool. I really like it. Gives you an idea of how your network is set up, and also if there is a problem, you can see it here. If everything is working fine, they are green. If they are not connected somehow to the internet, they start flashing yellow. And if you have no connection to that device, you get a red light. And also you can, all the updates that they get for firmware and everything, you can do it from here. If you buy a new device, you can set everything up from here, and you don't need to go to a web site to configure a new router. You can do it everything with the app. I really like it, and it's really nice and very user friendly to see and work with. I have also some apps that I use for my Hue lights. I have this one called Hue Halloween, which is quite fun to use during the Halloween time. You can select different effects for your lights. You can connect the Bluetooth speaker to this, and it's really fun how all the different sounds that you can get, and how they work together with light effects. It's really fun to have on Halloween. There is one similar for Christmas, and I have a couple of apps that I use for when you're listening to music. If you have a party and you want to have light effects, these are the ones that I use. Hue Disco. Here you can select how you want your lights to interact to the music, all the different effects. It's pretty cool to use for parties or gatherings. I have this app called Sleep. It's from iHome. I don't use it anymore. It's quite useful if you have, for example, with my Amazon Echo, since you cannot set timers yet, where you can pick a specific radio station or service like Spotify or anything. This is a great way of doing it. You set up your alarms here, and if you pair your phone with the Amazon Echo, you can select here, set your alarm, and tell it to start your radio station from TuneIn every day in the morning. And since your phone is paired with your Amazon Echo, you will be able to wake up every day with your favorite station from TuneIn. I don't use it anymore because the Sonos app does this, and it does it in a much better way. So I don't have a use for this app, but if you don't have a Sonos system, I recommend it. It's really nice, works very well, and this was the one I have been using for a long time until not so long ago. It's from iHome, and it's called Sleep. And basically those are the ones that I use for my Philips Hue lights, the third-party apps. Oh no, there is one more. It's called OnSwitch. This one is another app for controlling your lights. I like it because it has some nice effects that you can use on your lights at home. It's quite entertaining, and it's not so bad. Some of the effects that you get from the app are free, and some of them you have to pay for them. But it's worth it. It's a good app. I recommend it. This is Stringify, the app that you use to create flows so that you can do different things with any systems or devices that you have in your house. Like things, for example, I have here, I also made already an app specifically to talk about Stringify, but here basically how it works is you add all or a great variety of devices that you have. So you have your virtual and your physical things. Your physical things are your Philips Hue, your Net Atmo, your SmartThings Hub kind of devices, and your virtual are is like your email, your calendar, your location, stuff, timers and the weather and notifications, stuff that you want to interact together to get an action based on that. So this is a really cool app for that. And then you create what is called your flows. And here I have created several flows, like for example, if it's gonna snow today, I have created a flow that if there is snow in the forecast, and to do it at 5 o'clock in the morning, so that when I wake up it turns all my different lights into the color blue, so that way I know that that day I can expect snow. So that's one flow that I have. And like that I have several different ones, like for example at sunset it turns my lights on, since the Philips Hue app doesn't do that natively. So here I have another flow that I use, like if the CO concentration is too high in my bedroom, using my Net Atmo and my Philips Hue lights, If the CO concentration is too high, then it sends me a notification telling me that a certain limit that I have specified has been exceeded, and it turns all my lights in color red. You can add flow so that your Amazon Echo can do stuff. I use this to lock and unlock my door, and I use it also like to change the color of my lights using the Amazon Echo, which you cannot do with other apps. So that's what you can do with this app called Stringify.